This is beautiful. Oh, there's another Kennedy for sale here. I'm doing it. Let's see if lightning can strike twice. Here it is. Ouch! This unboxing just went negative. That's a deal breaker. Welcome to Money Trade, your guide to growing real wealth with gold and silver coins. Let's get to it. Hey everyone, welcome back. In the last video I shared an amazing find, a certified PF70 gold Kennedy half dollar that I picked up for just over bullion price. Honestly, I was blown away by the quality. Apmex really hit it out of the park. Pristine coin, flawless slab, and an even more valuable label than what was pictured. And get this, while I was filming that video, I spotted that another one had popped up for sale. In that moment, you know I had to roll the dice again.
Alright, thanks, man. Okay.
The second order has arrived. Will it live up to the first, or did I push my luck too far? Can Apmex deliver again, or was that first one just lightning in a bottle? Alright, here's the moment of truth. Don't worry, I'm ripping right into it this time. First thing I notice is the box is different from the last one, even though supposedly it's the exact same item, just a few days apart. The tape is the same though, I recognize that, and the seal looks solid again. It's glued well again. The bubble wrap envelope is glued to the inside of the box exactly like the last time. Good job protecting what's in the package. Let's cut this open. Okay, here it comes, the flyer, an invoice folded over it just like before. And there it is. Oh, ouch. This unboxing just went negative. Again, it's not the label that was shown, and this time, it's to my disadvantage. That's disappointing. It's not the Ask Not portrait label or any special release, just a generic NGC label. Respectable, but that's a pretty big difference from what was shown. The slab itself looks mostly clean. Some scuffs and tiny abrasions. Not nearly as pristine as the first one. If you didn't catch the last video, quick recap. This first certified gold Kennedy I purchased was advertised using the same stock photo as this purchase that I just opened. The one they sent me then was that label, but with the rare ANA Inaugural Releases designation. That was an upgrade. Plus, the slab was as clean as you could have expected it if it had been new from NGC. It was a surprise gem. So when I saw another listing pop up that looked like the same item, I grabbed it, hoping I might strike gold again. Now that we've unboxed the second one, yep, reality's setting in. I did not score another big win. Now don't get me wrong, this isn't a complete train wreck. PF70 is the correct grade, and the coin looks solid, but it's not as satisfying or as valuable as the portrait label one they advertised. This slab has hundreds of tiny scratches, and see this? A very distracting piece of lint. It's not on the outside surface where you can wipe it off, and it's also not on the coin, but it's stuck to the inside of the plastic window. Right over one of the large mirrored fields here, right in front of his chin and mouth. I know, not the end of the world, but for collectors that matters. It affects the visual appeal and therefore the value. That and the scuffed up, scratched up slab that kinda makes it look like garbage, and the less valuable label are deal breakers. I'm sorry, this second order's going back. Okay, just kidding about throwing it. I wouldn't want to damage it. But before I box this up for shipping, let me just attempt a fix that's a long shot but worth a try. Sometimes a little static trick works. Inflate a balloon, rub it against a flannel blanket, somebody's hair, or something that'll create a static charge. Touch the balloon to the slab while sliding it up and down the length of the slab. This motion combined with the attraction of the static charge might dislodge this lint from its position to somewhere in front of the white background where it'll just go invisible. It doesn't appear to be a heavy piece of debris or really stuck there for any particular reason, so we might be in luck. Hasn't moved yet. Oh wow, I can't believe it. It actually worked when I was specifically trying to demonstrate it to all of you. That's a first. Okay, my good luck's coming back. Well, that really bothered me, so that helps a lot. Let's see if we can clean up this plastic window a bit, and maybe this deal can work. Okay, after some compounds and buffing, I've cleaned this up pretty good. Now I can see the clean, nicely mirrored fields of the coin like new again. I won't slow this video down with my process, how I buffed hundreds of tiny abrasions out of the plastic. That's a whole separate video. I might do that one for you soon. Okay, now that it's looking its best, let me just point out a couple design elements I've noticed by focusing so closely on this coin for a couple videos. On the obverse, I feel Gilroy Roberts was incredibly thoughtful. I love how Kennedy's hair subtly overlaps the letters in Liberty, and you can still easily decipher on first sight what they are and that it says Liberty, but it's such a clever way to let the bust dominate the space on the design without it feeling overcrowded. It differentiates it from other general currency coins like the Washington quarter or the Franklin $50, which feel more contained. This one's bold, almost modern in its layout and sculpting. Kennedy's hair has this transparency and texture that gives it depth and life. That youthful head of hair might also be seen as emphasizing his relatively young age. At 43, he was the youngest person ever elected to the US presidency. Notice that the bust on the 1961 inaugural medal, for which Roberts also designed the obverse, the sculpting of the bust is very similar, but doesn't have the same areas of textured hair along the top as the $50. That idea was new. Flip it over, for the reverse, Frank Gasparo features the presidential seal. I mentioned this in the last video, but here's something cool. Gasparo also had done the reverse of the 1961 medal, and it had the presidential seal, a really tiny one. Bringing it full size on the $50 was a powerful design move, not just about continuity, but about making a statement and giving a nod to the established tradition of an eagle being prominent on the reverse of US coins. Also, there are 50 stars around the eagle, representing the 50 states. I never looked this close before to notice. No other general currency US coin has 50 distinct stars on it. There are actually a total of 63 stars on the coin, once you count these 13, one for each of the original 13 states that presidents began serving in 1776, since this is the presidential seal. I also like that they added the 3/4 ounce weight and the purity of the gold to this anniversary design. So subtle, it avoids cluttering the art, but nice to have that official info seamlessly integrated into the design. This design is bold and timeless. It honors a president who's served during the lifetimes of many people still alive today. They remember vividly the moment in time and the national mood. This coin wasn't just a memorial. It became part of the national identity. So did lightning strike twice? Not quite. Did Apmex fail? Not totally. They sent me the authentic and correct coin, the listing showed the portrait Ask Not label, and I received a generic label instead. That shouldn't happen, but it gives me a legit reason to return it. Could be an honest mistake or a gamble that I'd keep it anyway. You gotta understand, they moved tons of merchandise. If it had been a first releases or early releases generic label, I'd probably call it even. Will I return it? Now that I've cleaned it up and was able to move that piece of ugly lint, I'm gonna say I'll keep it. If they hadn't knocked it out of the park on the first one, I'd still be on the quest for that coveted label. But that first win was so strong, and I have the satisfaction of having that PF70 Ask Not label. I'm willing to call this one a wash. With gold up substantially, even with the dips the last couple days, on metal value alone, I've already made gains on both of these. And with this being a PF70, most people would love to have it. Everyone has different preferences. Some collectors prefer all matching labels, so generic would be the best to go across all their sets. And when premiums bounce back from where they're crushed right now, which I've seen happen in the past, certified coins like these will soon command higher prices again. Let's check market pricing on this right now. Alright, here's Apmex. Oh, check it out. Here's the Sacagawea gold half-ounce anniversary coin that we just unboxed a couple months ago. They're asking $29.95 for that, even with gold down a couple days here. Oh, here's a Kennedy. That's going for $32.49.15 today, just for the raw, and we paid $130 less than that for a certified PF70. There is a certified 69 for $33.56.98. That is rated PF69, so a little bit lower than what we have. Probably add $100 to that in this market, but it's supposed to be like add $300 to that for a 70. Let's go to SD Bullion. They do have the raw Kennedy gold for $34.30, which is beautiful, but ours is a certified 70, so add quite a bit to that. If you're looking to get into collectible coins without overpaying, these kinds of plays can be fun, and sometimes rewarding. Sight unseen purchases can be a gamble. Just minimize your risk by knowing the true value of what you're buying, and purchase from reputable dealers when possible. Apmex didn't pay me anything to make this video, but I do use them to find deals on metals and coins, and I've had great experience purchasing from them. Did I win big twice? No. But winning big once, I'll take that. So thanks Apmex for the first win, and for the peace of mind that I could return this one if I wanted to. I'll keep sharing finds like these, so if you enjoyed the ride, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below. Have you ever taken a gamble buying a low premium coin and ended up with a gem or a dud? Thanks for watching, and as always, have fun collecting.